Welcome back to Inscryption. We super died, which I kind of think you're meant to at that point, maybe at least. Now we're kind of cycling back through things, and we'll kind of, try to do better. All right, my confidence is at an all-time high. I forgot your figurine. Go up and fetch it for me. Ooh, I really, really like the moments where I get up and move. It's beside the safe. I did see those earlier. I do kind of want to check and know if I still have my ring. There's nothing that's indicated a time for me. Squirrel and sparrow? Should I be trying to create that board layout? I'm going to assume so. I'm going to assume squirrel and sparrow. I'm like, but I need to write it down. Where am I going to write it down? I'm going to do that. I left a little note for myself, assuming that will be relevant. Is the safe like wiggling around? There's something in the safe that's messed up. I don't have free choice. I have to take that unit. Still can't take the dagger, the skinning knife, whatever it is. Obviously don't have a key or anything. I feel as though that's everything I can do on this go around. Oh, it's neat seeing it all laid out on the table there. Let us continue. We have the coyote, meager coyote, but what did you expect for only 4 bones? That's a lot. That's a lot to pay to get that guy. The nefarious rattler, a brittle creature once past its monstrous fangs. So it can do a lot of damage, but it's easy to kill. 6 bones is a lot. And the cockroach, unkillable. It returns to your hand after dying. But you would have to spend bones every time to bring it about. That's like pretty messed up. Like it would... Oh, but I'm taking it because I want to apply its sigil to a different card, I think. You're free to get up again to keep your blood flowing. Well, not just yet, but that is good to know that I can get up and walk around at any point. I have a squirrel in a bottle and pliers. I will take a boulder, I guess. I haven't used the pliers yet. It seems like an important last minute thing. Are you smart or something? He usually doesn't even bother teaching about bones. Alright, here's a tip. I saw a past victim writing a passcode in the rule book. See, I had kind of... Oh, see, that's totally what I had seen before, but it was covered up. 273. So that is the one. 273 is the thing that I'm looking for. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Oh my gosh. And like so many things that we haven't come across yet. I'm curious actually, the special dagger. I'm curious if other things in here will be hints. If they are, maybe we just haven't gotten to it yet. So, we can worry about that later. So we have one other meaningful code or piece of information. It'll have to wait until after this battle. He's putting forward a porcupine and a coyote, which deals 2 damage and 1 damage. I will put the stoat up in front of that. Oh, total misplay. What? Well, you could have attacked his thing, but I'm planning ahead, man. I want you to be able to fight back against that guy when he shows up. Ack! Yeah, I just needed you to live through that small little encounter there, And now I need space to throw down squirrels to summon other things. Yeah, I gotta build up to longer term stuff here and just take the 1 damage. The porcupine's not that strong, so I'm not too worried about it. Then I can get a second thing on the board. Yeah. This is all great. This is all planned. I'm a genius. Tell me it's a misplay. Jeez. Making me doubt myself. I'm pleased with my choices so far. Look at that. Does he not have anything? Is he already just toast? So let's get a possum on the board then too. And a bullfrog. Look at that. We're raining down critters. Bam, ba, bam. I think they are teeth. How brutal of you. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. So he's been doing that the whole time. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. Have we encountered the trapper yet? If you desire it, you may stand now. I do desire. It will allow me time to plan. Yes, I do desire. I'm no tyrant. You may stand whenever the map is unrolled. It allows me time to plan your next encounter. But do keep your hands off my possessions. I read that as opossums at first because I had just used the opossum card. I just want to make sure this hasn't changed. It's still a squirrel and a sparrow. This, obviously, we're going to need to open that up and see what its deal is. The stink bug. Oh, hello. I wasn't sure if I would ever escape that iron crypt. Is the stoat around? The stunted wolf? This madness must end. When I was in university, we had like a room that had taxidermied animals for like scientific purposes, for, you know, a record of the creatures of the woods or whatever. And they had one that was a malformed coyote wolf, but it was like its body was compressed, but its head was a normal size, and they called it Stubbins. And so that's calling the stoat the stunted wolf makes me think of Stubbins. So maybe I'll start calling the stoat Stubbins. And I'm curious, we have another character, another creature that has like personality and like a talking about things. And I'm going to obviously take the key as well, even if he's not a big fan of it. Do I immediately go to there? It seems like the obvious thing to do, but I was debating it because he might freak out at me for doing something like this. What the hell? Ring the bell? So I would somehow have to arrange this. I have no idea how to make any of that happen. I would have to get up during a combat that was so precisely organized like this. That seems so insanely difficult to recreate, but I've taken note of it so that I can try. But let's get back to doing our battles and our adventuring here in the meantime. I don't know, man. A nascent raven, it is no less conniving in its incubation. Grim. Oh, that's me. Okay. And the elk fawn. The nascent fawn. It quickly grows into an elk. So we would get either the raven or the fawn. Either one is like a growing thing. Or myself, who is decently strong, but I worry if I play myself on the board that I'll die when it dies or some shit like that. I'll take the raven egg. The raven seems neat. Could I go to this here now? I could. It was just weird. It was hard to see that tiny one dotted line. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation. They huddled around a campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. It's such a cool idea to tie in the themes of hunters to the woodland like setting of this, and the fact that we're hunters and trappers managing these animals and their pelts, and like I don't know, pagan sacrifices. I don't know how else to refer to that, or like the occult stuff going on. There's a lot of layers of cool themes that tie into each other in meaningful ways. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their I do think it would make the most sense, to power up the stoat. He's like our boy, you know? He's our main dude. The fire warmed the poor stoat, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Oh god, they want to eat it because we just cooked it over the fire. Without a word, you pulled the stoat away from the fire and left. They're all just starving. Oh my god, it's twisted and it's weird, man. So if you cross through that path, it summons a totem battle. You again. Indeed, our friend freed me. Well, I basically told them how to do it. You got a plan? We have another friend here. You've got I wouldn't call him a friend, but I suppose we are in deep this time. Someone else would have to summon potentially from figuring out the chest. Oh my god, the glowy eyes. He's a freak. I don't have anything. I don't have anything that could do like the jumping defensive style thing. So he'll get attacked over no matter what. Oh, but I should still set it up. Fine. Because I want you to kill him. I'll still at least have that going for me. I'll get the 2 damage in here. You'll get a free shot at me. But then at least I'll be able to kill it next turn. Alpha. Oh, shit. Creatures adjacent to this card bearing the sigil gain 1 power. Well, you're about to die, luckily, so I don't think I have to worry about it too much. It's funny, if I draw the squirrel right now, I won't actually get bones from it, so I wouldn't be able to use either of these anyways. But they did say it doesn't matter how the creature dies. So if I stick it down there and it gets killed on the next turn here, it's at least another bone for me. So that's my like alternate way of summoning that. What do you do? The creature opposing a card bearing the sigil loses 1 power. So he is very weak, has very weak health. This thing only has 1 power. Oh, I was waiting for you to kill my squirrel, and he just didn't. Wolf Cub coming up next. I'll draw a card. Do I not have the cat anymore? I probably don't have the cat anymore now that I really think about it. Oh, he'll keep attacking my health. So I kind of need to throw that down to protect that. Which means I can now also throw down Stink Bug. They both do 2 damage. Doesn't really matter which one I throw down. Back in the game. You buddies hanging out next to each other, friends, pals? This is going much better, I would say. Oh, but he keeps... Those straight shots of the health are messing me up. Makes sense. The cockroach, damn it. Everything needs bones. You can keep defending, but you'll die... You'll win. You'll win this turn. You'll win this turn. You'll get 1 free shot. But the speed at which I'm chipping away is not great. I'm not getting a lot out of it. Finally, something that needs something other than bones. But I'll just let those attacks take place. Oh, that was excess even. Great. So long, Wolfie. Ooh, I'm very curious what the blood card option is on the right there. I would love to have investigated that. The omnipresent mole. It burrows and emerges to block any land-born attackers, specifically land-born 3. The monstrous grizzly. Its form speaks enough of its efficiency. And a coyote again. The mole is useful. The grizzly is notably hard to summon. I'll be so strong. Maybe if I had the goat. I would basically want to wait until I had the goat first. Oh, we get to power up a card again. I probably should be looking further ahead route planning now that I know more of what different stops are. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There's room for a creature. Its warmth will enhance its health, said another. Oh, so it doesn't always change the same thing. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Now and again, are we just gonna plus two health? Now and again, are we just gonna get our guys eaten? No way, do what you must. I like the idea of just supercharging him. It also would make a lot of sense to make something like the roach better or the opossum. Any card could benefit from this. But I so often summon the stoat so early on. I just have to hope that there's not something like if you cook an animal 3 times, it becomes food. That's my one fear. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Those freaks, they genuinely scare me. I don't know what's going to happen if I linger there too long or anything. Not a big fan of that. Standard wolf cub. I could just get a raven on the board. How much health you got, boy? Only the 2. Yeah, I'm gonna stick you over here. And I will just like take the hit on that one. Although maybe I should have set myself up in a way to better protect myself. I don't know anymore. Frog, I could use the frog to defend. The frog's lame, but I'll get him on the board there. The raven's pretty strong. I'm pretty stoked about the raven actually. And it's airborne, so it will attack directly. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. We're a little bit of trading things back and forth here. I could go mole. How many? I have 2 bones, so maybe I could get something going there. Instead, I think I'll chuck a squirrel down. Yeah, this just to create bones, basically. And to protect my health, but, you know, there's a few benefits there. So strange. Why can't I remember his name? I believe I lost some of my memory in the flash. So, opposing creatures made weaker. He has so little health, though, that it really wouldn't go very far at all, would it? I don't know. I don't know who to play or where. I think I'll stick you there basically just to absorb damage. I don't know, summoning the bullfrog, sacrificing it really didn't seem to matter. Well, let's just draw. Look, there's a 3rd talking card somewhere around here. Personally, I hate the guy. Biggest killjoy ever. But he's the only one of us with a plan to get things back to normal. I haven't even attempted to do either of the little puzzles that I think the specific arrangement of cards on the board or the squirrel and the sparrow. I just don't have what's needed to do either of those, I don't think. So I haven't really tried. Could I sacrifice the stink bug to summon the stoat? Like, I think I could, but I probably shouldn't summon old Stubbins. The mole is basically toast. Keep me alive. I'm gonna try, man. I don't know what would happen if I let you die. It's been a continuous fear of mine. I can sacrifice him, but in terms of dying, like getting killed in battle, I have no idea. The rule book is not gonna be where to go twice. I just so heavily doubt that. I really don't know what I could do with the clock without having any clues to go off of, unless it's something like just pointing everything at 6. I think I already did that because I tried to point everything at noon. I don't even think I tried the door. Obviously not. Yep. Wouldn't have made sense, I don't think. No knife. This kind of seems like what I have to do. I currently have 1 out of 5. Do I? Really? What if I do this one? 0 out of 5. Yeah, obviously. What? There's not even a battle occurring right now. This is the only one that waggles. Oh, so is it not a matter of creating a board? If I just pile everything on my side? Surely it's not that simple. Okay. I truly don't understand. I forgot that I had put that there. Very well. You may add it to your deck and I'll deal you one every so often. The skink. Okay, this did not work at all how I thought it would. I thought I had to create that arrangement on the board. And that I was able to make it slightly easier for myself by arranging it to match better with what my own deck was or things like that. So this is just a matter of guess and check. So none of those are right still somehow? What? Can I check this one? What was correct about it? That you would just win? That you would win that battle? Right, because you're tipping the scales. So I just need to set things up in a way where I would win. So it should be as simple as like getting his cards into his hand and like I'm mostly attacking his life directly. Sometimes I'm not allowed to move the cards though the way that I would want to. 4 out of 5, really, really close. If I set you up to attack, suddenly 1. No good. 5 out of 5. There it is. Jeez Louise. Formidable creatures, those ants. Very well, I will add them to your deck and make them available for future challengers. Oh, there was a worker and a queen, so 2 different ones. Oh, and an entire new row. Do we play around with the other side first? I don't know. Maybe this is where the talking card will be though. So obviously it starts at 0. Oh, and these are ants. I don't really know how the ants work or how the skinks work, and so this doesn't give me a lot to go off of. It's a lot of guessing and checking. I barely understand. The caged wolf. Curious. That was all you had to say about that one? Really? And so, like, obviously it makes sense you put something in a position to attack his life as much as possible, but I don't really know what all those effects are or how they work. And so there's a pretty massive amount of, like, me not really knowing what I'm doing here and just continually trying things, trying to see the slight improvements along the way. If I wasn't supposed to be able to brute force this, they like wouldn't have given me access to it, is my thinking. There we go. I acquired a whole new little totem, little rat one, without having met her. This wood carving is meaningless. In time you will understand its power. So did I do everything with this chest? I think I did. Okay. I still didn't find the other talking card though. Maybe it has more to do with this. If I ever get a sparrow card in my deck or anything like that. Well, I seemingly did a lot there in that downtime. We'll see how that goes, how that changes. You were stopped along the way by a trapper looking to liquidate his pelts. There was something uncanny about his appearance, but you were quickly distracted by his wares. Oh, it's so freaky when he switches faces. Care to look at my pelts? Take a pelt, free of charge. And I pay for the other ones with the excess teeth? So it just has 1 health? See the quality? Yeah, I would be paying those excess teeth, so I can't afford the golden pelt. So this is our freebie pelt. You're leaving already? Please, consider me pelts. What if I didn't take any? I don't know. I guess I'll take some. I'm gonna call that good, man. Thanks for your business. The man assured you of the value of the pelts. They appear to be useless in a fight, but he mentioned that the trader further down the path would reward you for them. So I've sacrificed space in my deck for those. I think I could sacrifice a card to improve another, or I could just straight improve a card. I think I will take the straight improvement. I hope that's the right call at this stage. Warm light, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature for its health. Pick something else. See, yeah, I'm worried that if I cooked him a third time, something bad would happen. A worker ant. What do you guys do? I have these guys now that I don't know what their deal is. When a card bearing this sigil would be struck, a tail is created in its place and a card bearing the sigil moves to the right. So he bails and leaves behind that garbage. That's cool. And the ant spawner, when a card bearing the sigil is played, an ant is created in your hand. Ants take 1. They don't do damage. The value represented with the sigil will be equal to the number of ants the owner has on their side of the table, including in my hand, because that would be good to know. Are you waiting to be made stronger? I've juiced up your buddy pretty heavily. I could give you higher odds of living. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's health. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your stink bug. I was curious if they would be like, no thanks, stinky, gross, we don't want to eat that, and they'd call it good. Oh, I accidentally did that with the mouse wheel. Are you who I can trade pelts with, or does that come after? Why? My boss battles are high stakes test of your aptitude. With 1 flame, you will either overcome them or die. Fear not, I will let you keep the smoke. The smoke. Man, this game just keeps flinging new freaky weird oddities at you so nonstop. The incessant clank, clank, clanking reverberated between your ears. So this is still the prospector. The path ahead was blocked by a grotesque figure. The prospector, yeah, he's back. So I have to know that once I beat him once, he's going to destroy, like, everything I have. The caged wolf, I'm guessing it has 6 health, but once he gets that destroyed, he becomes a regular wolf. Maybe he'll become a feral wolf or something like that. When a card bearing the sigil dies, 4 bones are awarded instead of 1. And it costs nothing to summon that guy. The pack mule is still present, still something I'm going to need to worry about. I'll throw the smoke on the board to get that going. Do you know what? I think I have a better plan. I will summon the caged wolf. So many bones. Yeah, you bet, man. To get that going. The coyote does 2 damage. It'll take a few turns to get anything rolling with that, but I think that's fine. I feel okay with that currently. And hopefully I summon something that is bone based. Yeah, and you'll just be stacked in place. It sucks. It's not a good creature or whatever, but the pack mule will just keep getting attacked. He'll keep attacking, and I obviously need more to protect myself with. I was worried about that. Was worried I should have drawn a squirrel to just kind of accumulate bones, but something rattled there. It's just a regular wolf. What was that? I was hoping something crazier would happen. The scale had tipped very far, by the way. It was not looking good for me. I could summon a mole. The mole kind of stinks. Still a lot of turns away from being dealt with over there. Do I just let my poor little squirrel die? I can't tell what else is the smart thing to do, you know? The squirrel, I'm throwing the mole down. Because he'll just be a damage buffer again. And I think I'm okay with that. Oh. The mule has moved. He will be killed. And I will draw an animal. Oh, shit. Alright. That's obviously when that's going to start taking effect and sucking to deal with. I want to sacrifice as few creatures as possible, but you're gonna die next turn if I don't do something about it. The cockroach kind of sucks anyways, and I'm about to get all my... We're as unfaltering as the cockroach. Oh, it's just letting me know they came back to my hand. I was like, oh god, I screwed up, what have I done? And I have the bones. So I can stick him right back out there. That actually worked out exceedingly well. I get a big payout of critters that I'm not going to touch. Dagnabbit. Because now I just need to focus on killing. That's my main goal here at this point. I don't know what the skunk's deal is. He stinks. He makes people worse. Getting the queen on the board would be pretty cool. Damage is another that creature perishes, so I know I'll have that at some point if it comes down to it. I'll just end my turn, do a bunch of damage, maybe enough? No, it was pretty far tilted the other direction. That totally makes sense. I'll draw a standard thing again. I basically just need something that will live. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need that. Because you guys are going to do 6 damage. And then you're all going to get turned into friggin' gold anyways. Oh, the mole can move multiple times if it has enough health to do so. That's really interesting. Oh, I still got bones for it, and it turned... The cockroach still came back. So that worked out in a few different ways. The way the mechanics are layering together is cool. I will draw another squirrel. I believe I already had 1. Having 2 just seems like it would be useful. What do I want on the board? I want something nasty on the board. Something cool. Like the ant queen would be neat. Right, but I only have... I have nothing right now. I gotta keep that in mind. The cockroach could kill it. The cockroach could totally kill it. And I think that's... The possum could too, and I could get the possum on the board even more easily, actually. So that'll be where I start. I kind of forget what the bloodhound's deal is. He moves... If someone were attacking an empty space, he moves to that space. The skink... What do I want on the board here? I want to get the raven egg down, honestly. So I think I'm going to chuck him down over there. Oh, he did still match up. That didn't work how I thought it would. I thought it would only be when attacks happen. No, that's how the mole works. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That kind of sucks. Whoops. The skunk can't attack, so it's really quite useless, I feel. There, that's better. I could leave that like that. I could try to summon the frog, maybe? Just because the squirrel by itself can't do anything? Oh, where's the adder? It takes 2. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, well, the skink, I don't know what will happen, because the skink won't have anywhere to flee. So let's see how that plays out, actually. He couldn't create the tail because he didn't have anywhere to go. That played out exactly how I should have realized it would play out. The stink bug would make him weaker. It would have a hard-ass time killing anything. I have so little that deals any meaningful damage. I have a lot of crap right now. I'm going to chuck the cockroach down because you fight, he'll do something at least. Whatever. You attack the health points there. This is a bit of a mess. It's a little messy currently. He can one-shot a pile of gold even. I'll throw the possum down to kill the adder. I would love to get something like the ant down. It's just kind of tough. I need something stronger to fight. I need things that can, like, live. The stink bug. You'll live. You'll make him weaker. That's a good placement. It's a good use of that card, I think. And things are kind of tipping in my favor here slowly. Prospector boss. Again. Well, now we don't have to worry about it so much. You can get in there in place of the stupid possum. Yeah, man, I'm sure. You gotta raise your confidence here. Because we're gonna crush. It's no concern. Oh, his golden tooth. Oh, would we yank out his tooth to weigh on the scale? Allow me to light your candles once more. I won't be killing you quite yet. Things got like staticky, not like a CRT, old TV screen there for a second. What's up with that? You're the first in a while to overcome a boss. As a reward, you are granted an opportunity to select a rare card. Choose carefully. The Stalwart Mole Man. The ultimate defense. Wow, he's got a lot going on. He'll jump in front of things, he'll jump in the air, and he has a lot of health. The Uralui. This level of brutish strength needs no explanation. Cost 4, but 7 and 7. And the Ouroboros. 1 and 1, but always respawns. The Eternal Serpent. Death strengthens it forever. Forever. That's amazing. I want that one. I'm not even going to rethink the other two. Something that costs 4 to summon. I basically need the goat in my mind. I think because obviously we've now tackled a boss that probably creates a new meaningful place to end an episode. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I don't know. I'm winging it here. I was planning to play like in 1 hour chunks. But, like, I don't know, I should probably be seeking out more meaningful places to set the game aside and pause it. So rounding out a boss battle makes the most sense to me. I'm all in. And I'm already flying through my brain. Like, who else would I recommend this game to? Like, people who like roguelikes, who like deck builders, who like deep lore, who like creepy vibes, who like unexpected twists and turns. The game is introducing mechanics at a rate that I think would be really easy for people to come up with. People who like puzzle games. I've got my notes here where I'm already trying to think forward to the next thing, or like every time you can pull yourself away from the table to go inspect with all that further. There's a lot going on here. It's so obviously apparent why this game has been well received, as successful as it has been. I'm so excited to finally be playing it for myself. I hope you guys are on board. Hope you're enjoying it. I hope that you haven't already watched this 10,000 times before on other channels. Or if you have, seeing someone's new reactions to it maybe is always going to be a fun new experience. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.